The voters of Broward County voted to tax themselves for improvements to their schools across the district. Florida TaxWatch monitors the progress of the SMART program each quarter, and here's the latest Florida TaxWatch report.
The SMART program is an acronym for Safety, Music and Arts, Athletics, Renovations, and Technology. The technology spend portion of the SMART program is complete. The district purchased I think more than 90,000 computers, tablets, laptops, desktops, and things like that. The music spend portion is completed. The district has purchased more than 60,000 pieces of musical equipment. They've purchased more than 135 kilns. The schools that have theater programs, there's been funds set aside to upgrade those programs, and those are completed as well. Weight room projects are completed, track resurfacing projects are completed. The shooting at the elementary school in Texas has brought school safety and security back into the national spotlight. If you'll remember 4 years ago at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, after that shooting, the school board accelerated the release of funding to complete all of the remaining single point of entry projects. And those projects are designed to limit coming and going on the school campus. So those projects have been completed at all schools and have been for about 3 years now. There are still a number of other safety and security activities that are bundled into the remaining primary renovations projects. And those address things like sprinklers, fire alarms, and there are 192 sprinkler and fire alarm projects bundled into those. But other safety improvements include things like emergency signage, ADA upgrades, and things like that. The budget increased $27,000 from the second quarter to the third quarter. The current budget is about $1.442 billion. And again, keep in mind the original budget was $987.4 million. The financial risk, the latest risk analysis by Atkins looks at three scenarios. There's a low, high, and a middle scenario. And the high scenario is about $676 million. So the financial risk increased about $75 million over the last quarter. To address this risk, the district has been putting aside money into reserve. Originally, they put $225 million into reserve. The latest figure is about $691 million in reserve, and their current balance is a little over $230 million. One of the big drivers of the budget increase and the financial risk increase is the current state of the economy. Inflation is driving up the cost of materials. So when the contractors can find the materials they need, they're going to pay a premium for those. And that's driving the costs and the financial risk up considerably. Other factors that affect that are just the limited number of contractors that are doing the work. So anytime you have a low number of contractors, that has the effect of limiting competition. And if you limit competition, then you're going to pay a higher price as well. Well, we continue to see projects being delayed. The most frequent reason is for the district wants to make some change either in the scope or the timing or something associated with the project that pushes the schedule for completion back. The ability to find contractors to do work is also a big factor in causing those delays. The good news is a large number of the projects have gone through the design phase. And design phase is where we have seen most of the delays in the past. There are 162 primary renovations projects that are in active construction, and hopefully those, now that they're in that phase, I think the chance of delays will be reduced, but certainly not eliminated. The big three schools are Blanche Ely High School, Northeast High School, and Stranahan High School. And they're the big three because they're the biggest schools in the district, and they're the ones that the Bond Oversight Committee members get asked about the most frequently. Primary renovations are still ongoing at each of the three schools. One of the things we noticed in the last report is that some of the primary renovations projects have been delayed by at least 1 quarter. And the risk, and I'm not talking about the financial risk, I'm just talking about the general risk of the projects, is going up. A couple quarters ago, the district started using a traffic signal kind of metaphor to assign levels of risk, with red being the highest level of risk, yellow being medium, and green being a low level risk. And we have seen, not only at the big three schools, but the levels of risk are increasing across the board. The number of projects that had a high level of risk increased from 12 to 25, and the number of projects that had a medium level of risk increased from 3 to 63. So not only the big three schools, but pretty much all the primary renovations projects, we're seeing things that suggest that the risk level is increasing, and that suggests that there may be either a scheduled delay, a budget increase, or a change in the scope here in the near future.